What is up, YouTubers, gamers, and fellow hobbyists? Welcome to Chill with Pete, the coffee break catch-up series. Alright, in this episode, the Can of Coke catch-up series, where I update you on things that's been going on, what my week's been like, that kind of thing. Anyway, I'm going to open my tin of Coke now, straight from the fridge, because it's another hot day. Yay, boy. Weekend. Oh, amen to that, brother. Oh, yes. So, it's been a week since I got Leviathan. Wow, doesn't the time fly by? And it's still on my chair over there because I haven't even found a place to put it. I might have to rearrange my what's it called? My retirement shelf. Maybe we'll see. Maybe I know I'm going to have to at some point. But anyway, so, if you're new to the series, I'll just update you bullet points of what's been going on. So I'm still working on Zombicide at the moment. I'm ploughing my way through some of the survivors. I'm just about finished my 7th survivor now, or actor, as they call it. I've got another 5 to go. This is from the core box set, of course, so that's not counting any of the expansions. I believe I've now got all the expansions for it. Let me see, I've got Washington DZ, I've got Fort Hendricks, I've got Rio de Janeiro on the way. So technically I don't have it in my hands yet, but it is on the way. So I've got that. And yeah, so I've been taking some pictures today in my local gaming store because I want to be doing a shout out for them sooner rather than later. I need to start work on it. I'm conscious of the fact I need to start work on it. I haven't forgotten, guys. I really haven't. It's just I am so busy, and I'm only one man. I'm only one guy. Plus, all the problems I've had lately with my eyes and everything else, work issues. Anyway, it's been good. So today, I've gone over to the butcher's shop and the fruit and veg shop. So I've got the food for our Sunday lunch tomorrow. Nice roast. Nice roast dinner. So I've got all the bits and bobs what we need for that. Let me see, what else have I got? I picked up a box of Chaos Space Marines. That's for a future project down the line. I've mentioned it before. I want to do a Fall of Cadia table or battle setup. Whatever. I'll probably set up a table to do with the Fall of Cadia, and I'll try and set up some of the scenarios from the books, the Fall of Cadia, but I'll put my own spin on it. See if we can use the 10th edition rules then. That's if it's even 10th edition by the time I get on. I think it was probably 8th edition when I started thinking about it. Or was it 8th edition or 9th edition when those books came out? I can't remember. I really can't remember. But you know me, not the fastest bunny off the starting block there. Not for things like that, and I get distracted so easily. You guys know this. You know it. You know that. I picked up some new hobby glasses there. £6 from my local chemist. It's not too bad. They're ideal. Got to be real close for them though, but ideal. Ideal, get it? Yeah, they help anyway. So I'm painting, I'm painting my, my Zombicide characters. I don't know if you can even see them. According to their appropriate pictures on their cards that you get with the game. That's to easily distinguish them. Otherwise, knowing me, and I did this with the original Zombicide, with all the different characters you could get, you just start painting them whatever, and before you know it, you're like, who's that? Who's that again? Whereas paint them to the box art or the card art, whatever you want to call it, the character card artwork, any artwork you can find on them, then they're easier to distinguish on the board. So, yeah, win-win. I know you've got the coloured rings that you can put around the bases, but I don't know, it kind of detracts a little bit from the game. For me, I like to just play them raw, without the little ring. Just you can identify. There was the same thing in Zombicide Invader. We had those coloured rings. I mean, they're a good thing. I get it. I really do. I think they're more handier for if you're not painting the set. Not everybody does. Not everybody wants to. That's absolutely fine. But you do need those coloured rings then to distinguish who's who at a glance, really. Well, I the likes of me do. So, but that's fine. But I'm painting mine, so hey ho. Oh, nice cool can of Coke. So, Mrs. Minnie Wars and I are going out tonight for a drink or two, drinky poos. We're not going to, get drunk or anything. It's just, being out, nice company, nice conversation, that kind of thing. I don't know what we're going to do food-wise. If we're going to eat out, I don't know. I don't know that yet. I don't know whether we're going to eat out first, then go for a drink. I don't know if we're going to go somewhere a bit snazzier, have some food and drink, or I don't know if we're just going to go straight to the bars, have a couple of drinks, and then a burger on the way home or something, a kebab. But I don't know. Choice is great. Choices, right? Choices are good. I started watching Doctor Who. I think it's season 11 of the newer ones. It's the first season with Jodie Whittaker in as the Doctor. I'm 3 episodes in. I've got to say, I'm very impressed with how she's portraying the Doctor, the character of the Doctor. I'm impressed, very impressed. So that's good. That is great news. Because it's, whenever you get a new Doctor, it's always like, they're gonna be like, am I gonna like them? Am I gonna hate them? I'm very, very, very pleased with how she's portraying. She's got the quirkiness down to a T. I think she's doing a fantastic job of it. She's long done it now, hasn't she? But I think she's done a great job of it. So that's good. I've been up in the loft today. Was it this morning? No, it was this afternoon, early afternoon. I went up in my loft today to take something up, to put an airbed up out of the way, and also to bring down another fan, cooling fan, because it gets hot. And whilst I was up there, I was looking for some DVDs I wanted to keep downstairs, stuff that I know I'm going to want to see a few times, and Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Deep Space Nine was one of them. I thought, yes, crack that bad boy. That is actually my favourite out of Generations, Deep Space Nine, Voyager. Those three sort of next gen series. Deep Space Nine was always my favourite. I really enjoyed that one. Dug out Battlestar Galactica as well. Whilst I was at that, I brought them down. I was looking for, and unfortunately didn't find, my original, because I've got them in a tin box set, metal tin box set. Original Star Trek series 1 to 3, remastered, all digitally enhanced and everything. And I can't find them, and I'm so gutted. I've got them somewhere. They're there. I know they're there. Just gotta find them. I think there's so many boxes up there now and so many DVDs. It's what? Yeah. It's not like, the DVDs are over in the far left corner. No, they're all over the place. They're in many boxes, and they're not together. Of course they're not. Somebody packed it wrong upstairs. Anyway. I will find them eventually and do that. Also, I'm going to be checking out a sci-fi series I've never seen before, ever. but I want to. It's piqued my curiosity because it's come up in conversations of late, and I don't care how dated it is. I just don't care. Doesn't matter to me that. And that is Babylon 5. I really, really, really want to have a look at that, check it out. So I've ordered myself the pilot on DVD for a couple of quid. It was like £2.59, I think, or something ridiculous. That was at 69. Anyway, just over £2. And I thought, if I don't like it, well, it's an extra painting palette. I'll use it for that, you know. But because I don't want to buy the whole lot, because that's the sort of thing I would do. Just buy the whole lot if I don't like it. Just because I think I might like it doesn't mean I will, but I'm going to give it a go. If any of you guys out there have seen Babylon 5, which I'm sure some of you must have done, that's what I'm going to be going for. So, you know, no spoilers. No spoilers. It's been out for a long time, hasn't it? But it's something I want to check out. I have got, and I've never seen them, but I have got Stargate SG-1. I've got a little box of that because it was going cheap. Picked that up, many years ago. I just never got around to watching it. I guess I will at some point, but, you know. Yeah. So, I think rearranging and reordering is the name of the game at some point when I go up in Loughborough. I'm going to need to do it. It's probably more of a winter job, that, than a summer job, because it gets quite warm up there. It gets very warm up there, actually. It's not the sort of place I want to be a long time, you know. But yeah, I can definitely sort some stuff out, and then because I've got room done. I've got loads of books downstairs which I know need sorting out. I know where I can start sorting them out. Have some sort of semblance of order, but it's going to be a long road ahead of me. Again, that's probably another winter job, isn't it? Because summer's here, right? You must be stuck in doing all that crap when you've got beautiful weather, you got beautiful beach, you've got everything on your doorstep that you need. Today we're just chilling though because it's been a hell of a week, and still tired from the previous week. And then next week, got my brother-in-law coming up to stay for the weekend again, and our daughter, so that's going to be tiring as well. It's great to have them here, but man, is it tiring. You know, it is tiring having guests, because you've always got to be aware if they're okay, if they've got enough to eat, drink, you know, all that kind of stuff. Don't feel you can relax properly, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? If you've got a guest staying with you, you feel like obligated to make sure that your guest is okay, and rightly so. So it takes energy. So, and my brother-in-law is a notorious early riser in the morning. He rises very, very early, so he gets up early. It's to do with his work. He's got up early for his work for years and years and years, so he's just used to it. So even on his days off, up with the crack of dawn, you know. So last time he was out, sat out in the courtyard, you know, just chilling in the sun as it was rising, you know. And I'm like coming down in my PJs still, like going, I need a coffee. I take my meds, you know, and all that. And he's been out there ages, you know, fully dressed, showered, everything else. I'm like, oh man. Yeah. So, I feel a little bit obligated to try and arise a little bit earlier next time. So, yeah, so we'll do that. Right, what else has been going on? Well, apart from the Leviathan box set, because that was the big deal with Warhammer, I did pick up a role-playing game. Bear with me. So I picked up a new role-playing game. It's only like quick start rules to try it out. Terminator. Yeah, it's 48 pages. It's an introduction to the Terminator RPG, and it contains 7 pre-made characters and a little bit of a mini game for you to run through as well. So I can look through that. I can't say whether it's any good or not. a couple of sources have told me it's pretty good. That would give me then pretty much all genres of RPG that I am interested in. Put that down here. So I've got my fantasy, right, with I've got D&D, and I've got Forbidden Lands, and I've got Savage Worlds. I've got all that, Lord of the Rings, all that kind of stuff. And I've got sci-fi. I've now got that Terminator, which is kind of sci-fi or early sci-fi, near sci-fi, apocalyptic sci-fi, that kind of thing. Aliens, got that. I've been intrigued by Star Trek role-playing game, but there looks like a lot of books for that. I mean, a lot of books. So that's not something I want to branch into. I've got horror. I've got the Call of Cthulhu stuff. I've got loads of sort of indie RPG games. Yeah, so it's really, really good. So I've got a handle on pretty much everything, all genres, probably apart from zombie stuff. I haven't got a zombie RPG game, at least I don't have at the moment. So, but see, a game like that has to be around for a while for me to kind of become invested in it, because otherwise they're here today, gone tomorrow, and you just waste your money. Stuff like D&D, despite all the controversy that's been surrounding it in this last year, it ain't going anywhere. I don't think it's just not, and the genre is certainly not going anywhere. Yeah, stuff like Terminator, it's been around donkey's years as well, and Aliens, so they're not going anywhere. So all good. Call of Cthulhu, well established. I've even got a Call of Cthulhu, like a poor man's Call of Cthulhu, if you will. It's something Cthulhu. It's not the Chaosium one, but it's like a sort of indie variation of it, if you will. And yeah, it's all good. I do have some of the old vampire werewolf books. You got those old storyteller books. I used to have all of those, pretty much. Yeah, back in the day, they were great. The dice pool system of D10s, cracking. I did kind of get a bit. What's the word? I don't know. It kind of lost its shine a little bit for me, in later years when it was reaching its end of its first bout of popularity. When you had all those other ones, the fairy realm, the what was it called? I can't remember now. Oblivion? No. I mean, Wraith was kind of quirky, I suppose. Probably I'd enjoy Wraith more now. But yeah, I mean, I was more, vampire, werewolf, and mage. I liked mage. That was quite good. But it's just got loads and loads of them in the end. I thought, this is getting ridiculous now. I called it a day. But I had great fun with it. Masses of fun, loads of games. Oh, I used to play a game called Talislanta as well, which is kind of like the old fantasy role-playing game. But it wasn't like, orcs and dwarves and all that kind of thing. It was completely different species, and there was loads of different species in it, and they all had their own rules and rule sets, stats, and that. And it was really, really good. But it was cleverly done, that one. I had some fun with that. I don't know if I'd pick that up now. Possibly I would, as a homage to those old games I used to play, and also to a guy in a game shop. I used to live in Plymouth, if you don't know, and when I was younger there used to be a game shop called Games Inc. I think it's called Games Inc. There used to be a chap running that shop. He was called Phil, and he was heavily into Talislanta. He was heavily into, pretty much everything. Like all of these hobby shop, owner runners are. They're into all of it. He was into everything, but he was heavily into Talislanta as well, and running games, and it's still a brilliant character about him. He had an air of genuine enthusiasm for the games, and it was nice. It rubbed off on you when you spoke to him. So it'll be a kind of a homage to him, because he's passed away now. He's been passed away for a few years now, sadly. I heard about it. The shop actually moved in Plymouth from one location to another, and he was still alive when I ordered my first Call of Cthulhu core rulebook. He was still there, but unfortunately he passed away after that. And I only heard about it through a colleague at work, actually, who knew him as well. And she was telling me, oh, didn't Phil? She was talking about the shop and him. So Phil passed away, didn't he? I was like, oh no, did he? And I was a bit gutted, actually. So that'd be a kind of a homage to him as well, and the era of role playing that came from it, because he used to sell all sorts in there, the old lead figures, and he even had a few like, I say lead, your pewter, whatever, metal. Then he even had a few. Occasionally, would get a few figures that would be suitable for vampires and werewolves and things like that. He had it all going there. He would accommodate as much as he could with role playing. Absolutely brilliant, and books as well. Reading books. I had all that on in there as well. It's a great shop. I really liked it. So it is to Phil. Anyway, what time have we got here now? 21 minutes. I think that is enough to bore you with for this week's Chill with Pete. Thanks ever so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe and all that other brilliant YouTube stuff that, that I'm sure everybody does. Please do so. It helps me immensely. It helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps it get promoted, and helps me get more views. Helps give me the enthusiasm I need to make more videos. Helps me keep the lights on. All that stuff. But thank you so much. Check out my Patreon if you want to. I've just uploaded a video for my patrons regarding my new courtyard garden and the dream I had for that, and how it is now, which is pretty awesome. And so more to come. Don't forget, all brushes lead to all. I will see you guys on another video, and bye for now. Bye bye.